Hello, everyone. My name is Andreja Stefulj, and I'm a certified RDI consultant and a director of RDI professional training for the United Kingdom and Europe. I'm extremely happy to be part of this Facebook Live and to have this opportunity to share more about my wisdom and knowledge and experience in neurodiversity. In this live, I will talk more about RDI, what is Relationship Development Intervention Program, and how do we support autistic individuals through relationships-based intervention. If you want to ask me some questions or share some thoughts with me and audience, feel free to ask. You can write down as they come to you, and maybe at the end we can answer some of the questions. And if we will not have enough time, I can always share the answers later with you. So I will tell you a little bit more about myself first. I'm based in London, but I work online with families and professionals all around the world, which is very, very beautiful. These days, you can do most of the things online. I started as a teacher. I used to work in school, which was part of inclusion, where I faced in the classroom children, students with all sorts of different needs or different learning styles. And back at that time, almost 15 years ago, as a teacher, I felt very confused. I felt like I I don't achieve what I want with my students. And somehow it was a little bit easier with students who had learning difficulties. But with autistic children, it was much harder for me as a teacher. And back then, there was not much on internet about autism. And I looked everywhere. I just wanted to equip myself with more tools. I was very hungry for education, and it was not an easy because um, I felt like I studied many different programs. At some point, I also study applied behavior analysis, and I used to work because back then in London, ABA was one of the most popular intervention for autistic children and individuals, and I was part of this. I studied ABA. I became ABA supervisor and consultant for many, many years, but there was something missing there. For all these years, I would face parents who I felt they were not supported enough, parents who struggled to connect with their autistic children, and parents who were just very confused, and parents who felt overwhelmed. And I asked myself this question: what can I do to support families more, to help parents to set up mindful goals and just connect more with their kids? And then at some point, I bumped into RDI, Relationship Development Intervention Program. One of the families who I used to do ABA with, they decided to try RDI, and I met a wonderful RDI consultant who trained me. She's one of my biggest mentors till these days, and I just fell in love straight away with RDI because number one, RDI includes parents. It's a parents learning program. So it's a very educational program where certified RDI consultant actually train parents on different things. Like for instance, what guiding relationship is, or what autism is, or what does it mean to use dynamic part of the brain, which we call in RDI dynamic intelligence, versus what is static intelligence, or how you can connect more with autistic child every single day through and use everyday opportunities for this guiding part. So I really like the whole structure of RDI, and I started to practice as well with this client. And and immediately I started to see, to notice that I am becoming more confident as a professional, that me and my client, this child who I work with, we started to connect more. I was getting more clarity, and I started to pay attention to small moments, everyday moments, and also on small achievements. And after a couple of months, I said to myself, this is it. I want to start the RDI. So I started the RDI with Dr. Gadsden, the founder of RDI, and Dr. Rachel Shelley in Houston, Texas, in the States, and finished like super quick because I was super passionate and it made so much sense to me. It was kind of like a missing puzzle in all other education, which I already had. And immediately after I finished, I started to work as a certified RDI consultant. Today, I have families uh, in the UK, but also all around the world who I work with as a certified RDI consultant. And we can do it online, which is a beautiful thing. So you don't need to be in London next to me, or I don't need to come and see you all the time for the meetings and the professional training. We also have RDI platform through where we actually through which we do the RDI program. But going back a little bit more about myself, so I work as a certified RDI consultant. I also work as a director of RDI professional training, which means that I run RDI professional school. So whoever wants to become certified RDI consultant can come and study with me. In Europe, RDI professional training is also online, so you can access from anywhere, wherever you are based. And I also do, sometimes I run events in person. I do a lot of workshops, conferences for parents and for professionals. I also run 6 months parents group training, which is phenomenal for parents, where I meet with parents twice a month for an hour and a half, and in between parents get a lot of support, and it's also very learning based program for parents. And I also run a lot of webinars online. For instance, next one is in November, and it's going to be on the topic of communication. How can we communicate in a better way with autistic individuals? You can find out more about all these events on my website, www.autismconnect.net. And also you can follow me on my social media on Instagram, guiding neurodivergent kids, or here on Facebook. Okay, so I want to now dig a little bit deeper into RDI and our wisdom. For more than 30 years, we know that early intervention can change the lives of people with autism. And yet, even today, most still face heartbreaking statistics. I don't know if you're aware of this, but fewer than 12% holds job. fewer than 5% live independently. Friendships, marriages, and full participation in society are rare, not because of limited intelligence. Research proves that majority have normal potential, but because of our systems continue to overlook what truly matters. And what truly matters is actually teaching flexible thinking, problem solving, and the ability to navigate an unpredictable, ever-changing world. Our expectations have simply been too low. And this is something what I at the beginning discovered with RDI. I mentioned to you teaching autistic individuals flexible thinking, problem solving, an ability to navigate an unpredictable, ever-changing world. They are crucial if we want to survive, if we want to live happy, balanced life. So relationship development intervention, or RDI, is about raising that bar. It's a worldwide movement of parents, grandparents, teachers, and professionals who believe every human being is born with a drive to grow, to connect, and to thrive. In OCD, that drive may be hidden beneath obstacles, but it never disappears. It simply waits for the right guidance. And again, with RDI or in RDI, we provide this right guidance. With RDI, families and communities learn to uncover that potential and equip children with the tools to build real relationships, meaningful work, independence, and even family life of their own. RDI is a parent-led developmental program designed to help children, especially those with autism, but also with all other developmental differences, build the foundation that need for meaningful relationships, flexible thinking, and confident, independent living. So it's a parent, I'm going to repeat this because it's very important, and I think that we are very unique program which is provided, is designed for parents. So it's a parent-led learning program. So parents are at the first spot in RDI. As a certified RDI consultant, I never start to work directly with a child one-to-one. I work with parents. I teach parents. I educate parents. At its heart, RDI is about restoring the guiding relationship between parent and a child. Parents become empowered with the tools, understanding, and support they need to guide their children social, emotional, and cognitive growth in everyday life. Why RDI matters for parents and children? For parents, RDI means rediscovering confidence and joy in their role as guides. Every parent wants to guide a child, learning how to create the right kind of moments that help their child grow, adapt, and connect. It's about collaboration, reflection, and building hope through everyday interactions. So here I want to pause and explain a little bit about the role of RDI consultant and also parents' role. In RDI, we have consultants all around the world. You can find them on RDI website, which is www.rdiconnect.com. They are all listed. So we work with first with parents, with families, and RDI consultant meets regularly with parents, train, educate parents, let's say once a week, especially at the beginning, where we build consistency and where a lot of learning is happening. And RDI consultant guides parent how to overcome certain obstacles and how to build that relationship with a child. On one side, we have parents' obstacle. Every parent has a very unique obstacles, strengths, but also obstacles which are on the way. And on the other side, we look at child's obstacles and we help parents gradually to overcome these obstacles. Whatever that is, maybe for one parent, lack of understanding autism, then the consultant trained parents on that challenge helps parents to understand what autism is, or if parent needs more education, what dynamic intelligence is, we work on this. Or if parents struggle to organize meaningful activities or how to communicate to his child, we as consultants train parents on this part. So it's a very tailored program. We look at every single relationship separately and we tailored the right support, the right scaffolding, the right strategies for this parent and for this child. So it's not a quick fix or copy paste intervention. Okay, and for children, RDI means gaining the experiences and emotional readiness to connect with others, handle change, think flexibly, and build the competence needed for independence and lifelong learning. I said a lot here, but it's so important. What we see that children, once when they build the relationship, mindful relationship with their parents become guides and guide children through the day. So parents learn how to use, how to see in everyday moments opportunities for child's growth. We don't want our parents to become therapists or to become teachers. We want parents to have and hold and enjoy parenting role. And it's exactly the same as parents guide neurotypical children. We want to give that opportunity to parents of children with autism as well. So we, through RDI, what parents get is they start to feel confident and competent. Parents empower themselves. They get that feeling, okay, I'm one step ahead in front of my child. Even if my child does not engage in this moment, this is not the end. This is not the reason for me to give up or to be hard on myself. And I think that's very important because we live in the society where there are so many options available, so many different tools. We very often feel overwhelmed and everything is moving super fast pace. We don't have time to engage anymore with children who are having different learning style, children who need more time. In RDI, one of the biggest steps with each parent, and not just parent, also professionals, is how to slow down. How do I, as a grown-up, mindful guide, slow down and give this child opportunity to engage, to connect, to process the informations, and to make his own decisions, solve problem, think, and reflect, and also reflect. So core principles of RDI. RDI focuses on developing the foundation of dynamic intelligence, the ability to think flexibly, solve problems, and build mindful, responsive relationships. So the concrete of RDI is dynamic intelligence. Dynamic intelligence means we need it all the time. Even right now, I'm using it. I'm constantly adjusting. I'm thinking. I am trying to self-regulate myself. All this is dynamic intelligence. It's very unpredictable. I don't know what's going to be next, neither you know. So you're dynamically moving through every single day. How do we manage this? We need dynamic part of thinking or dynamic intelligence. So it is not a quick fix or one size fits all program. RDI is deeply individualized approach that supports both the child and the parents, helping families grow together through trust, understanding, and collaboration. So parts of RDI RDI goals, I would say, are thinking and learning skills. So we work a lot with parents, we train parents how to help children to become flexible thinkers, problem solvers, how to reflect, which means learning from past experiences and applying them to the future ones. Think about this. Reflection, it's so important in our lives. We tackle this, and it's a basic for any relationship. You gotta have this skill, social and emotional understanding. We have here joint attention, which we know many children with autism, they struggle with joint attention. Social referencing, another big part. Perspective thinking or understanding others' thoughts and feelings. Emotional understanding, recognizing and responding to emotions. Experience sharing. Then we have regulation and relationships. We help parents to understand and then obviously guide children to develop co-regulation and self-regulation, collaboration skills, adaptive communication. And of course, another big part is personal growth and confidence, where we have self awareness. Have you ever thought about autistic individuals? How do they, how do we teach them to become more aware of self, sense of self? Who am I? That awareness is so important for our life. Without that, you can't reach your full potential. So we teach that our autistic individuals confidence, competence, resilience, going with change and uncertainty. I also would like to mention here something about research and what research shows. The greatest challenges for autistic people are often not about academics or language skills. Even bright verbal children and adults may struggle with making and maintaining relationships, relationship with myself and relationship with others. I work with autistic adults as well, and very often actually they come to me and the language is there, it's in place. They went through their childhood or with a lot of masking, and then at 25 or 30 years they end up suffering from depression, anxiety, very low self-esteem, self-confidence. They can't hold or get a job. Where do we start with those individuals? In RDI, again, we focus on building healthy relationship. Two types of relationship you need to survive. One is relationship with myself. That's where is my beginning, where is my end, what is my full potential, what I'm good at, what I like, what I don't like. How do I develop my own self-regulation skills and so on, and then relationship with others. First, relationship with parents, then relationship with other family members, then we have relationship with the outside world. And I think that's what one of the biggest reason why I like RDI and why I'm very passionate about the RDI is that RDI really gives opportunity to autistic children to build those relationships with others, with themselves and world around them. And of course, we as grown-ups, people around autistic individuals, we get a lot of learning, a lot of knowledge, how to guide them, how to support them more. I know that our time is running out. I could carry on and continue talking for hours about RDI. But I will just wrap out this, and I focus in this half an hour on RDI as a parents curriculum or parents learning program. But RDI is also for professionals. I use a lot of RDI in the classroom. I work with many schools and nurseries as well. I train teachers in mainstream schools, but also in special education settings. I also work with therapists and RDI techniques, RDI strategies we can use anywhere on the street, on the bus, in the car, when we walk with a child, anytime when we want to connect, engage, and guide children, we can use RDI strategies. But of course, we start with parents because parents are the most important people and the most powerful people in child's life. And as you all know, parents need a lot of education. Nobody was born with the knowledge on how to support and guide or even talk to an autistic children. So if you're curious more about RDI, how do we do things, feel free to reach out. You can always contact me in office at autismconnect.net, and we can go on Zoom. I can share more about RDI, but also come and join me for one of my programs, whether that is a webinar, which is coming up next month, or a group program for parents, or RDI professional training, or one-to-one work with me. If you have any questions or any comments, feel free to type them, or if not, you can always reach out afterwards to me. But thank you all for being here or for watching maybe this recording. I wish you all the best wherever you are on your journey, whether you're a parent or a professional. And I hope I will see you on one of my next events.